What's something your child experienced that you never did? Yesterday I was picking my son up from school and saw him talking to a white kid. When he saw me, he ran over excitedly and asked if his friend could come over to play some video games. I hesitated for a moment, as I worried his friend's parents might not be comfortable with the idea. I told him to check with his friend's parents, but I was okay with it. I watched as he ran back to tell his friend, and they both started jumping up and down and pumping their fists in the air. It was such a pure moment. Later that day, the parents called and asked if I was free this weekend to host a sleepover. I said of course and went to tell my son the good news. I watched him start to clean his room, wanting the place to look good for his new friend. I couldn't help but think about how odd the situation felt to me. When I was his age, I didn't have many white friends, and the few I did have were terrified to come over to my place. They'd tell me they didn't want to risk getting hurt. There was nothing wrong with my neighborhood. They just assumed I lived in the hood. No matter how I dressed or acted, I was always seen as something less than. I stopped hanging out with one of my good friends because every time we went out someplace, people would ask him if I was causing him any issues. He always laughed it off, and one time even went along with it. I was kicked out of a store because of him. I've been terrified my son will be treated the same way. But now he has a friend that wants to come over and hang out. They understand the difference between each other, but they don't let it ruin their friendship.